I get the feeling that this part is going to be edited on to the end of the last part. Because you decided to stop at the worst possible point because, hey, it's late, I'm tired.
It was.
It wasn't. And so now, though, now, you face your karmic retribution because now, after breaking the... got rid of... You destroyed the momentum. You broke the immersion. You stopped at a bad point. And now you gotta jump in and do what is the hardest trial minigame in this entire game right at the beginning. You gotta start with that.
I'm always up for a challenge.
So, that's where we're gonna jump back in here. And probably, like I said, this is gonna be edited on to the end of the previous episode in which we did the trial, because stopping an episode at the end of the trial, that's... What kind of monster are you?
A very interesting one.
No. Incorrect.
Right. So. It would appear that Hero simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room.
You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt. And that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything. So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Probably does.
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object!
Objection!
This is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence?
Didn't we just present all of that?
It's not evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence?
Right. I have the evidence.
Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more?
Absolutely.
This tutorial isn't going to help at all. Now, sometimes during a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle.
Okay.
We like to refer to this as the bullet time battle, aka the BTB BTW.
Right.
During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. How's your rhythm? Logic you can do. How's your rhythm?
When it comes to button pressing, I mean, I'll get the hang of it eventually. Yeah, okay.
Match your button presses with each tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center.
Okay, which buttons?
Press the right mouse button to lock onto an opponent's statement.
Okay.
Destroy the statement you've locked onto with the left mouse button as the tempo marker reaches the center.
Okay.
Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain.
Right.
Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up.
Fun.
On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button.
Fun.
So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the left mouse button to shoot it down with a truth bullet like any other statement.
Right.
Refute their statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Hope you enjoy the jumping right directly into the hardest mini-game with no momentum.
All I can say is I'm glad I saved.
Yeah, I suppose, but, like, good luck.
When the killer broke the bathroom doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it.
Exactly.
So what did the killer use?
What did the killer use to take apart the doorknob?
Needs to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid.
Right. I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Oh boy.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? It wasn't me. Stupid.
Well,
Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance.
nope.
You lied.
Well,
You can lock on to more than one statement at a time, by the way. But, yeah, so got into a situation of Leon Kuwata. You stand accused for the murder of Sayaka Mizono. How do you plead? Stupid, 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 stupid. We hereby find Makoto Naegi guilty.
yeah. Like, well. Why me, though? Didn't I already prove that it wasn't me? What is this?
This is so that the real killer isn't revealed. In case you didn't figure it out. Yet.
Right. Congratulations. So it's like, is it actually gonna show everyone die, or is it just gonna say, like, game over?
No, it's not going to show everyone die. Keep it.
Okay.
Is this really the end for all of us?
What do you say? Want to give it another shot?
Yes.
Luckily, you get infinite retries.
That's good. I'm just gonna skip that because the tutorial did not prepare me for that.
Yeah.
Like there.
What you need to do, you gotta lock on to multiple statements and then destroy them all at once.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. You lied. Where's your proof?
I got it now.
But now it's faster.
It wasn't me.
But so am I.
You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me?
Just take it nice and easy.
You lied.
There we go.
Final strike.
Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
Boom. I think I killed him.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed.
Yes.
I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Probably.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
That's what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere. The toolkit in my room clearly never been used.
Yep.
Because the corporate didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in scientist rooms.
We established this.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there would be one in there.
Yes.
Then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid!
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid!
Doubling down, I see.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Could you even tell?
Well, if nothing else, the toolkit would be open, and nobody else has opened theirs.
True. Yeah.
Something else. You'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
You're right, Kaiba.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid.
Well,
He did.
no,
So,
he just
you have
turned
no
into
wrong.
a Picasso painting. Don't you know? That's what happens.
Then it would seem we are finished here.
See, he's just a Picasso. He's painting. Well, looks like I did pretty well. All things considered. Nice. Welp.
Ah, you got the
Looks like you
achievement.
reached your verdict.
Yep.
Then are we ready to cast our votes?
Is there an achievement for doing all trials without using spacebar?
I don't think so. There is, I think. I can't remember if it's in the first game or not. But I know in one of the games, either the first or second game, there is an achievement for finishing a trial without taking any damage. So,
Well, I think I've passed up that one.
yeah.
You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all,
Yeah.
make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right?
So it's compulsory voting?
Yes.
Okay then.
Okay, then let's get excited!
Excited is not the right word for this.
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Oh, it does say murder case, the first. No, it says the first murder case.
Are you sure?
The first murder case. Double space. The first
Okay.
murder case.
But you know, I was thinking, we can't keep up this many people dying each chapter. Like, 3 people cannot die each chapter, because then by the end there'd be no one left.
True, because there were 15 to start with, and if 3 people died each chapter, by the end of the 5th chapter, that would be everybody.
Yep. So, but there's probably going to be a murder each chapter. So, that means we should be left with... So since there's going to be a murder each chapter, that means we're going to lose 2 people a chapter from here on out. Which means there'd be... 6 people left?
Seems sensible.
I hope. I hope we have that many, because...
Anyway, getting back to it.
Right.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Well, this is unexpected.
Jackpot.
Well.
Uh-oh. Looks like you got it right on the money.
Yay.
The blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kawada.
Yep. And you know, all three of them would be alive if Leon just broke her wrist and then ran out into the hallway and told everyone what happened. All three of them would, like, Sayaka would be alive, Leon wouldn't be about to get executed.
Now, I don't know if this is the case for the game. I don't know if this is the case in the anime, but apparently in the manga version, Leon broke into the bathroom to try and calm Sayaka down, but when he got in there, she tried to grab the knife, and there was a struggle for the knife, and she ended up getting stabbed, and that's why she died.
Well, that's a dumb reason to break into the bathroom.
Well, it was gonna try and go in and calm her down, be like, it's okay, I'm not gonna hurt you.
But why you should have just talked about that through the door.
Fair, I suppose, but this is just what I've heard. I haven't read the manga version. I don't know.
In my head canon, everyone lives. So, and actually, was it school mode or something? I'm just gonna take that as the canon. Nobody dies.
School mode is kind of a separate fourth wall breaking timeline in which the killing game doesn't start.
Well, anyway, I'm just like, my headcanon, nobody dies. Because, you know, this first round was completely shouldn't have happened, so, you know, accidents happened and mistakes were made and bad things ensued. Or hijinks ensued.
Yes. Mistakes were made. Hijinks ensued.
And shenanigans followed. Anyway. He's going Picasso again.
Hey, hold on.
Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
I don't believe it.
Well, didn't you vote for him?
You son of a bitch!
What's wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
I mean, you kinda did.
It was kill or be killed.
Not near the end of it.
So that's why
I killed her first.
none of you are any different.
One wrong step and you would have been the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just unlucky.
That's all.
I think you made some wrong choices, and that's why this is a murder and not a case of self-defense. That's just...
Well, let me put this into your brain. I'm not sure if it's explained entirely in this game, but doesn't matter if you kill someone defending yourself or what. If you kill somebody, you're the blackened.
Well, I kind of figured that, but this is still, you can't call this self-defense. It's still murder.
Yeah, well, he did go back to his room to get the screwdriver to break in the bathroom and go after her. Now, whether he was trying to calm her down and decided to break in to try and calm her down, or if he was actually going in there to murder her, doesn't really matter.
Well, like, if he was gonna calm her down, he should have had someone else with him so that, like, to break up the fight. Like, if he had just gone and gotten some help, this wouldn't have happened.
True.
So he is not completely innocent. So
Well, but neither is Sayaka, because she tried to kill him first.
well, true, but she still ended up the victim in the end. So
Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death?
well, I mean, I guess you don't have much to lose at this point. Dots. Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Are you sure about that? Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. Fair enough.
Although, something else that I want to mention is that at the time, neither Sayaka nor Leon realized that if they successfully got away with their murders, everybody else would die as well.
Yeah, true.
So, to be fair,
yeah.
they didn't realize that. Everybody from here on out, though,
Yeah, which means that everyone from here on out, they really are not so great people, because, like, they're willing to kill everyone else just to leave, so, I mean, like, you could try outliving Monokuma. Like, you gotta die at some point, right? So, I mean, you may be 40 by the end of it, but even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her, and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped.
I'm not gonna bother trying to read everything in the flashbacks. It's like, I've already done it.
Fair enough. Honestly, I probably won't either, so. Yeah. So many flashbacks. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else. Her dreams. Her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka. Yeah. It's flashing back every 10 seconds here.
This is an anime.
Well. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So, when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
yeah, she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I don't think so. I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. That's true. Once you're dead, that's it. That's that. Or is it? X-Files theme intensifies.
Dun, 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 dun. Spoiler alert, the big plot twist at the end of the game is Sayaka coming back as a ghost.
Something like that.
Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness.
What did you say?
I understand. Really, I do. Yup. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse.
Stop messing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it, everything. It's all your fault. This is true. Suddenly, in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. Could you stop doing this, please? This is what's getting people killed.
Yeah.
But,
That's enough.
thank you. As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise. That is one strong grip. I didn't even know you could get a bruise from a grip.
If you squeeze hard enough.
But like how hard do you gotta squeeze for that?
Well, also remember that Makoto is pretty puny.
Well, yeah, but still.
Calm down.
If you really want to make your enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now.
Fair enough. Dots.
Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Are you Yoda now?
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kuwata will receive his punishment.
Well,
Punishment?
you know, he should have like a Wheel of Fortune type thing where instead of spinning for $1 million, like you actually get to go leave properly, like just to make it more interesting.
That would actually be an interesting idea for like a future game.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I thought you were gonna do suggest like a Wheel of Punishment type of thing. Like, looks like it's boiled in oil.
Well, I was kind of envisioning something like that, but with a small chance it lands on something like you just go free.
Yeah.
Because that would be fun, right?
Yeah.
And
That way, even if you get caught, there's still a very slim chance that you make it out.
yep. It would also be interesting if someone could, like, fool Monokuma into thinking that they'd murdered someone when in reality they hadn't. Because, like, there's not security cameras in the bathrooms, right?
I think there are.
Well, if there's not...
You gotta look around everywhere to see if there are security cameras.
Yeah, well, like, I didn't see any in the bathroom.
Well, your view of, like, in your dorm room bathroom?
Or in the ones in the hall.
I'm pretty sure there are in the hallways, but like the view in the dorm bathroom, like when you found Sayaka, you wouldn't have seen where the camera would have had to have been. Anyway.
You mean execution?
Well, since there is no Wheel of Fortune here and no chance of leaving, I guess that is what he means, yes.
Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, that's it?
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense. How exactly was it self-defense?
That face. That's just that face.
When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, that's basically what happened and what I've been saying for the past 10, 15 minutes or so.
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So,
No, that's not...
Stop it. I've had enough of this. Stop it. Get some help.
Are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand?
I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him.
Swa?
If it weren't for you, this would never have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation. The mastermind. Speaking some sense now. Finally, something you say that I can get behind.
Uh-oh. Did you awaken to your sense of justice? Or perhaps your persona?
Indeed I did. And it's gonna come down on you in about 5 more chapters, because it won't right now, but I imagine eventually I will get to get my proper revenge or justice or something.
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. I would tend to agree. Some of the, most just people are also some of the most, unethical.
Well, here's the thing. If it's justice tempered with mercy,
There you go.
there you go.
There you go.
Which, I'm not entirely sure
It's-
how much mercy I am tempered with right now.
The best example I can give, right, of this of unwaveringly just is Stannis Baratheon from Game of Thrones.
That I won't know who you're talking
Well,
about.
okay, so Stannis Baratheon, he defended what I'm specifically talking about. He does this kind of thing a lot, but the specific thing that I'm talking about is he was defending the castle of Storm's End during Robert's Rebellion, and the defenders were out of food, and then along comes this smuggler named Davos, who brings in a load of fresh onions and carrots to the defenders.
Oh yeah, I think you told me this.
to keep them alive. After the siege breaks, Stannis calls Davos in, and he has 3 of Davos's fingers cut off as punishment for smuggling, but then names him Lord Davos Seaworth for as a reward for saving the defenders of the siege.
Yeah, that's kind of just no. But in this case, the best course of action is if this dude gets killed, especially if he is actually a serial killer, because if you let him live, he'll probably just do this again. So,
Well, I mean, you realize there are 4 other Danganronpa games with a 5th one coming.
Well, yes, but I believe in leaving a place better than you found it.
Fair.
So the way to clean up this place right now would be to get rid of this guy.
Another good example of unwavering justice is cops and lawyers who follow the letter of the law and not the spirit of the law.
Yes, but I kind of feel like both of those would be in agreement with regards to this boy's fate.
Well, perhaps.
I mean, like, what else can you do? There's only one way to be sure. Okay.
Well, but like I said before, Monokuma hasn't killed anybody. Well, no, that's not true. He did kill Junko. He killed one person. Okay?
And indirectly killed 2 others.
But can you be convicted for an indirect murder? Although
you can.
The executions probably would be convictable offenses. Even if he couldn't be convicted for Sayaka's death, he probably could be convicted for. Well, he definitely could be convicted for killing Junko, and then the executions as well, because, well, you'll see.
Yeah, I think I know. So.
After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetrate war all over the world.
But those wars are not necessarily... War in and of itself is not evil.
Well,
I mean, like...
You can debate that.
Yeah, I guess, but... There is such a thing as a just war, so...
Yes, but... Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you?
You're gonna find out. Just shut up.
Okay, well, anyway, more importantly...
Chills!
Let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment!
Fun?
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Yeah.
Come on now!
No more begging. No more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Which society are we talking about here?
This one.
Well, because, like, if we're going by democracy, I'm sure everyone here would vote to not kill him.
But he murdered Sayaka, though.
Yes, but...
Does that not deserve to be punished?
But not necessarily with execution.
Well,
and
fair, but...
So, really, the only one to blame for this is him. This guy.
Monokuma.
Yes, this evil little teddy bear.
Stop, please!
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment!
For Leon Kuwata, the ultimate baseball star.
So what, does everyone have special punishments based on what they are?
You'll find out.
No!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Game over. You played baseball. You recognize what this is?
Yeah. So we followed him in here.
Apparently. The 1,000 blows.
But what if he survived this?
You think he's gonna survive that?
Maybe. I mean, like, you never know.
Fun fact, this is the only time the blood is red in this game.
The blood was red on Sayaka's finger.
No, it was a deeper pink. Or like a purple. Also, something I forgot to mention. I wanted to mention this when we saw Sayaka. In the demo version for this game, that was not Sayaka's body that you found in your shower. It was Yasuhiro's. Just a fun little fact. That in the demo version, Yasuhiro was the first victim.
Why?
Well, not so as not to spoil the actual first victim.
Fair enough, I suppose. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, why would you follow him in there anyway? I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Woohoo! Extreme! Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control.
Do teddy bears have adrenaline?
I'm not a teddy bear.
Don't even know what that sound was.
What's going on?
I can't take it.
Do we really have to keep doing this?
Well, not if we don't kill each other. I mean, that's kind of the whole thing of this.
I just can't take it.
Well?
Hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever.
Oh, so you have to swear to it now.
But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy.
Are you not? Are you not literally keeping us in, like, the basement of a school and forming a society that is secret?
Fair point.
Is that not exactly what you're doing?
See what?
Or, in this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear.
I suppose that would be more accurate than the latter, but nonetheless true.
No, the former. Because it was first. Right?
Yeah, well,
The former would be a secret society type of guy, and the latter would be secret society type of bear. So, the latter is more true than the former. That's how that works.
I don't know if that would be in that context, though. Anyway, we're not here to debate.
What context are you talking about?
We're not here to debate English anyway.
No. See, this is the thing that I'm good at, okay? If there's one thing I'm good at, it's English, even though
I'm not half bad.
my reading out loud abilities would tend to disagree with that. But I'm actually a very good reader, okay?
Yeah.
And so when you say the latter, that is the second thing that somebody says. So if I say this And that is the latter, and this is the former.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm like... but the second thing he said is still on screen.
So it's still the latter, though, because he said it second.
I don't know.
English does not have special rules for
Yes, it does.
on-screen text. The rules apply regardless.
Anyway.
So why are you putting such an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Fair point.
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense.
And what do you mean by that?
That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible.
It depends on if you're talking about a mile of what, because you can put a mile of something on a scale with extreme difficulty.
It would have to be a mile going up.
Well, like, if you took a mile of, like, yarn, like a ball of yarn that when unrolled is a mile long, you could put that on a scale.
I suppose, but he's talking the actual concept of a mile of distance.
Well, you can't put a concept on anything.
Exactly, that's his point.
Like, you couldn't put a kilogram on a scale either.
Exactly, that's his point.
So, but what does that have to do with...
He said, you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. Meaning there's no sensible reason for any of this. And so using common sense to try and figure out why this is happening is pointless and impossible.
So instead of trying to figure out the why, we should be figuring out the how to escape.
Yes. And also possibly the how this is possible. Like, how did a bear thing take over this school and do all of this and hasn't been stopped by the police or whatever?
Because he has government funding. That explains it right there. Japanese government funding. That is the explanation.
Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together.
I agree with that.
I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound you into the ground.
Please do, but not yet.
You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you want to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame.
But if you're the one that trapped us here, doesn't that make you responsible?
Well,
you are trying to deny the reality of the situation and then blaming that on us.
of course we can't cut free of the outside world, being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of this school, your thinking will change for sure.
Possibly, if we knew what mysteries there were to discover.
Well, you have to discover them first.
Well, except I don't even know where to look, so...
Everywhere. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
I mean, are we talking eternity forever or lifespan forever?
That's the question, isn't it?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there.
I think that's what he was hinting at, yes.
Just like before.
hey,
When you say everyone, Who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later.
How much later are we talking about? And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Well, end of chapter. Nope. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Well, goal complete. You stayed in the school forever.
And that's how the game ends. You just stood in the courtroom for the rest of eternity, and
The end. GG, everyone. Time to go home. Actually, no. It wasn't that long, I think. Well, disregard my previous statements, okay? It wasn't quite that long, apparently. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. But you got each other still. Well, no one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. Makoto really sounds like an aspiring poet.
yes, he does.
That's his new title, Ultimate Aspiring Poet.
There you go.
Also, does this apply to Kyoko as well? But it was in that moment that Kyoko brought us back to our senses. If that is exactly what he says, then...
Just a second.
Okay.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second?
She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about.
Well, that's good, because you're like the only one who actually knows what you're doing. Because I sort of have an idea, but not really, so... Dots. It's about Sayaka, isn't it?
Dots. I'm surprised you figured it out.
You give me too little credit.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started.
Flashback.
You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself.
Still potentially a flashback. Okay, no flashbacks this time. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change.
I mean, that's true.
But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you.
She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Or is there? Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
She's psychic. No.
Or can we?
However,
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you.
What?
so
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it.
Yeah,
If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message.
probably. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Why don't we ask the clairvoyant? Oh, that's right. He is a total failure at these things.
Once again, do his first free time event before the end of the game. Seriously.
I will, but I gotta get my squad together first. You know.
Well, you should, at the beginning of Chapter 2, you should have 4 free time events that you can do, so...
Oh, that's good, that's good.
Anyway,
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Fair enough.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it.
Why are you telling me all this?
Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this.
Well, that's good.
Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, but not Junko. Screw her. Keep moving forward.
She was never my friend.
Keep moving forward.
Yes.
Yes. I just wanted to highlight that.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people saying that, but because Markiplier is saying that recently and stuff, and it's like, is everyone quoting him, or is everyone just arriving at this conclusion?
Well, I mean, it's a good motto.
True, but even if you keep moving forward, you should never forget the past.
True.
Even though you can't change it. You can only change the future. So, keep that in mind. Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation.
Yeah. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. You're now not giving yourself enough credit. Also, I am starting to wonder if I should view myself... Actually, no, I'm not starting to wonder that. I've decided that Makoto is probably separate from me.
Yeah, well...
I mean, he does not act the way I do, and even in the game, we may be two entirely different things, because I am starting to pick up on some undertones here, so...
What kind of undertones?
I'll just keep those to myself. I've said enough for now. Wow. No. I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, someone else that I vaguely remember dying right in front of me. That was the first time I actually watched someone die, but I think I've erased that from my memory because she was unimportant.
Well, it was also probably pretty traumatic, but...
I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go.
So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road.
Basically, yeah.
Well, I have high expectations for you.
Good. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka?
Because I'm psychic. Oh, well. I'm psychic.
What?
Huh?
Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition.
Feels...
Not really.
End of chapter 1. And then there were 12.
Well.
Now, to be continued. Now, would you perhaps... Oh, yes, you got the despair bat.
Oh, I get... Who am I gonna give this to now, though?
Probably Leon in the school mode.
Achievement unlocked. 1 is the loneliest number.
That's for chapter 1, I believe. Now,
But
would you like to keep going with chapter 2? I mean, it's not that late, but would you like to keep going with chapter 2, or we can end there for this trip and try and we'll do the whole rest next time over winter break. Because what I don't want to have happen is get through all the free time events, get to the Chapter 2 investigation, and then wait 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of thinking we wrap this up here.
Fair enough.
And then I can show you some fun stuff.
I mean, I just saved, but I'm gonna save again. I need to go to the store.
So this is gonna wrap this up right now. Yeah, actually, like I said, I'm probably gonna edit this on to the end of the previous part that we recorded, simply because, well, this is a super short episode. It's like an hour and a half. If that, I mean, I'm gonna have to cut out some bits.
Super short.
Well, relatively speaking, like most of the episodes that I've recorded for the second game have been like 2 or 3 hours, you know, in one go, and this is relatively short. This is going to be barely over an hour. So I might just tack this on to the other part. That part might end up becoming then like almost 6 hours, but I mean, it'll flow better that way, I think. That way we don't have, you know, part of the trial and then the end of the trial and the execution, and that's one video. Like,
Yeah.
because you just had to stop. You just had to stop. If we hadn't had all those interruptions, we would have been finished.
That's fair, but, like, you can't blame me for stopping.
I can and I will.
You can't because you were on Central Time and I was not.
It doesn't matter. So, that's where we're going to wrap up here. So, bye.
Bye.